Well, everybody, got my shirt, got my hat, got my discs. Let's get them in the air, see how they fly. Spin it. All right, what's up, DMD family? Welcome back to another Disc MD video. Before we get started, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, hit the like, share this content with your friends. I know this is the annoying part of the video, and I try not to do it every video. And honestly, it really doesn't matter to me how many subscribers I have. I do this because I love to do it and I want to help people. And if I help one person, that's enough for me. It helps the channel, helps me gauge interest, what you want me to do and what you don't want me to do. So go ahead and subscribe and like. And now let's get on with the video. So we're going to start calling this my Goin Lone Star series. I bought 16 Lone Star discs to begin with to swap my bag to Lone Star discs. So my intention is to do a series of videos where I review those discs and compare them to what I used to throw. I may not do every disc, but I'll do a majority of them. Let's get started. The first one I'm going to do is the first one I ever bought. Is my first one from Lone Star, is my Harrier. And this is going to replace my Hades as my go-to distance driver. The Hades and the Harrier are the same exact numbers, 12, 6, -3, and 2. I got all of my discs from Lone Star as Bravo plastic. So they have Alpha, Bravo, Lima, and then their glow plastic. And the Bravo plastic is very flexible, it's smooth, but it's grippy. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Less like Star. Like Star's more rigid, I think, than these. These are very, if you can see, they're very pliable. I love the feel of the Bravo. I'm going to get Alpha next because I think the Alpha plastic's more like the Star plastic that we're all used to from Innova. So I'm going to get Alpha plastic as well just to see. I think this Bravo plastic may be a little more understable. So let's just compare them a little bit. So the profiles, you can see there, they're very similar. My Harrier might be a little bit more domey than my Hades was. If you can see the inside rim, about the same depth. They feel very similar. The flight plate feels similar. The ridge, the rim underneath got a very similar contour to it than the Hades. So this just feels natural in my hand because it feels a lot like my Hades. And there's my dog. She's finding a place to lay down. So the only thing is, again, the plastic, the ESP plastic versus the Bravo plastic. The Bravo plastic, again, much more flexible. I feel like I grip this a lot better. So that's really the plastic, the profile. So let's get out to the field and throw them both and see how they fly in comparison to each other. All right, so here we are at the field. Got my Hades, got my Harrier. I don't have my mic, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to talk a little bit louder. So I'm going to try to throw like 5 with each. Get a couple highs or get a couple flat. Get some distances, and then we'll wrap it up back at the house. That Harrier was a bit higher. The Hades was a bit lower. I think if I get that Hades higher, it would have gone farther. What happens when you release flat with these. Same thing, release both of those probably too flat. A little bit of headwind is kicking up here, we'll see what happens. All right, got that Hades a little higher. So you'll see the distances. I'll put them up over here. I'll do the Harrier first. I'll cross out the farthest and the shortest flights, and then the average, the middle three. The Harrier is flying a little longer than the Hades. These are touchy distances though, because with both of these, they're understable. So it's important to get the right height on them as you're throwing. Too low and they die out into the ground too quickly, and too high and they just stall. So you really have, there's a sweet spot for the height on these that I hit it a couple of times with both of them. The distance, I feel like I can throw the Harrier just a little bit farther than I can throw the Hades, because this one, the Harrier feels a little more understable, which means my angle control and my height control have to be on with the Harrier, or I'm not going to get optimal distance out of it. And I love the way it flies. So I know what it is. I know how I have to throw it. I can't overpower it. But they're very similar flying discs. But I love this disc. I've thrown it in 2 rounds already, and I can't say enough good about the Harrier. If you have an average arm like mine and you want to throw a distance driver, the Harrier is the way to go. Bravo plastic's probably the way to go too. I'm going to get the Alpha plastic next just to see if it's more stable than the Bravo plastic. But that's my review for the Harrier. Great disc. I absolutely love it, and I feel very comfortable with throwing this instead of the Hades. So win for Lone Star on the distance driver. So until next time, enjoy the journey, and here's your verse of the day.